continue,
Right.
right? So there's someone down there to back you.
Okay. And do you think the energy of Bhairava is is that also rising?
Hmm. That is definitely rising. Bhairava is such a great Shakti, such a great power.
Hmm.
And it's also something that basically all Hindus need, because Hindus these days are very soft.
Hmm.
They don't have that the kind of that ugra,
Hmm.
that strength and power that they should have. They've been too domesticated by very pop culture Advaita,
Right.
right? Like everything is the same. This and that is
Hmm.
no difference, and all kinds of beautiful sounding lines that have no effect on the real world, right? So Bhairava is a great protective power. So definitely his energy is rising, and there will be a reason for that, especially when it comes to Bharat and its needs to have protection both
Hmm.
spiritually and outside of the spiritual realms.
Right. I feel if we talk about in general Hinduism, there's a renaissance of Hinduism that is happening. As in, since many years, the real layers of Hinduism, they were buried somewhere because our minds were colonized. There were a lot of political reasons also for that. But now that we are seeing a rise in the energies of a lot of deities, we are seeing a rise in the energy of Tantra in general. I can clearly see that Hinduism is also on a rise in a very different manner, which has not happened probably since last 1000 years, maybe. Because even the opening of the Ram Mandir, like that whole issue and the energy of Sri Ram coming into our lives now, it opened up avenues for other deities to trust us as well, which is my personal belief. I don't know how true it is, but because Ram Lalla could come back and he could establish his energies again in Ayodhya, I feel a lot of other deities are also starting to trust us again. And which is why I see a rise in Tantra, I see a rise in the energy of Bhairava, which is much more necessary for the larger good of Hinduism.
So let's just say when a king comes, he doesn't come alone. No?
True.
He comes with his bodyguards, he comes with his warriors, he comes with all of that. That entire entourage comes
Hmm.
together with him. So yeah, Ram Lalla was very, very important milestone for us Hindus.
Hmm.
By the way, it was also the same time where I consecrated my Ishta Devata's
Right.
temple, who is a Kshetrapalaka also.
Right.
So when we were talking about how things changed, firstly, uh, people started realizing that a commoner could also do sadhana.
Hmm.
It is not in the domains of only sannyasis or people who have left society. So when a lot of sadhakas came to social media, people realize, like for example, I have
Yeah.
shishas, I do boxing, I go for jujitsu, right? I also do my sadhana. I have a personal life outside of this. So then they realize they don't have
Yeah.
to be just one or the other. And also, a lot of parents, they always have this fear, or if my son or my daughter does sadhana, they become a sannyasi and all
Correct.
that, right? This entire fear goes away when you realize in the part of like tantra and all
Hmm.
this, it's not a renunciate path, right? It's
Hmm.
you dealing with your real world issues,
Right.
and then also building your spirituality.
Hmm.
Now, one of the issues I would say is, with all due respect to all the great Mata Gurus and all that, a lot of them, when they went to the West,
Hmm.
they preached only moksha, the
Right.
direct moksha path. And then, because we always follow whatever the West follows, we always have that
Hmm.
tendency for us. And everything that came out publicly was that direct moksha path, which is not, it doesn't have anything to do with the 99% of Hindus. Because if you read all the Shastras, Hindus follow Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Hmm.
It's a gradual path where everything is equal. But they only preach that moksha path,
Right.
which doesn't apply to us unless you are lying to yourself
Hmm.
and you somehow feel that your desires are sins, like certain other
Right.
religions, and oh, it's a sin for to have this and all that, and then you go into a lot of psychological
Hmm.
issues because of that. But now when people realize that no, I can have my desires,
Hmm.
I can have my spiritual goals, I can have my physical goals, and all of these can be equally brought up,
Right.
right? And then it hits the commoner.
Hmm.
And also, let's say if you're a teenager or a young person and all you see are old men in robes doing sadhana, it isn't cool to you,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then when you see normal people, oh, let's say this person is kind of cool, they're like, they have a sense of
Correct.
humor, they're not that kind of strict, that kind of guru must be the shisha sitting on the floor.
Hmm.
And then they realize, okay, right? It caters to the
Yeah.
current society.
Hmm. So in that way, Tantra has made a lot of things accessible for a normal person.